Hello, SICW wrestling fans. Welcome to another Sunday night update. Herb, it's an exciting Sunday night. Beginning tonight, we have a little more action to be included.
Right here, you're going to be tuning in to the first episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling. Really excited. We've been telling the fans it's been coming. Going to be playing on several different social media platforms. And so every Sunday night, right here at 8 o'clock.
Sunday nights, 8 o'clock. We'll be here to bring you the latest in SICW action, along with SICW All-Star Wrestling. So without further ado, let's go to episode 1.
Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to our very first episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling. We're back. The pandemic is over. And as you hear, the crowd is rowdy. We know we're ready. And Herb, my goodness, it's been so long. We're back. What do you say, boss?
I said it's great. You know, the last house show was phenomenal, but here we are, SICW, live TV right here, and the crowd is fired up. And why don't you tell them a little bit about that last show?
Absolutely. We're fresh off of huge events this July the 24th. Of course, the main thing to talk about, unfortunately, the nefarious Travis Cook and his dastardly group injured Gil Rogers. Gil Rogers has been diagnosed with cracked ribs, and as of right now, doctors are giving him 3 to 4 weeks before he'll be ready to come back. So, of course, Gil's injury is one of the main points, and, of course, as you know, we made a big announcement about the SICW Classic Wrestling Championship.
Going to be a tournament coming up, and of course Flash Flanagan is going to be announced. I did that. Flash Flanagan will be in the house at East Cronlake Community Center on August the 21st. Travis Cook's not happy about that. I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot about that. As you know, he said he had a court injunction, and after all the dastardly deeds of the last house show, I couldn't take it anymore, and that's when I said, get your lawyer, get what you want. Flash Flanagan will be here August the 21st.
Well, I know I'm thrilled about that, and I know the fans are thrilled to have Flash Flanagan right back here in the East Carondelet Community Center, the SICW House of Action. And it's going to be a great ride here on All-Star Wrestling. We're glad you're with us, fans. We're glad to be right here with you in your living rooms or on your computer screens. And hopefully you're as ready for the action as we are. Herb, what do you say? Ready for some action?
We're ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go up to ringside for our first bout. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our first ever matchup on SICW All-Star Wrestling. We have the mean, the mercenary, Waco from Waco, Texas, weighing 255 pounds. His opponent from Springfield at 189 pounds is the very popular Billy McNeil. You can see right off the bat, Waco was trying to get a hold of Billy McNeil's arm, but Billy, he's a quick one. Billy McNeil is so quick. He's so unorthodox and unpredictable in his movements that he can hang with and beat some of the top heavyweights in the business, people that sometimes he gives up a good 150, 200 pounds with. And the thing about Billy McNeil, he's quirky. He's a rather eccentric human being, but he's a lot of fun to watch, and he's a ball of energy, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with Billy McNeil, you will be.
Well, Billy McNeil, the high flyer of the two, but you know you can't count Waco out. This guy has an amateur background, I've been told, and I'll tell you, this is a great matchup here on the opening episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling. Whoa!
Well, Waco says he's too smart for that, but there we talked about that unpredictability of Billy McNeil. Somersault senton almost right onto Waco, onto the floor. That's the kind of move that'll take a little bit out of the person who does the move as well as receives the move.
Well, Billy McNeil helping Waco back inside. One of those high-risk maneuvers. Both men ended up on the floor. Now Waco says, let me help you back in the ring the hard way.
Oh. And you saw there, Waco doesn't mind taking a bit of a cheap shot or maybe using an unfair advantage. Waco's a tough son of a gun, ladies and gentlemen. But Waco is somebody who, I believe he operates for, oh, look at that, big double stomp from the top rope. I was going to say Waco is a mercenary. He works more for money than for a victory. But Billy McNeil staying one step ahead. We said he's quick, and this match is proof of that. he nails the top rope elbow drop right to the back of Waco. I think that might do it, Herb. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it. The very popular, the unpredictable, the eccentric Billy McNeil victorious in this, the very first match on SICW All-Star Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I want to welcome to the podium. Why don't you come over on this side for me, Mr. Jackson? He's the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the Night Train, Gary Jackson.
First of all, I would like to say I'm glad to be back here today. I'm sorry that I wasn't here last night. I had another commitment. But what happened last night was a great thing to be back here in East Carondelet doing what we do best. What we do best here at SICW is wrestle. It's because of you guys is why we're back here. Also, last night, it was a great show. Last night, it was trouble. It was trouble in paradise. And I'm speaking of Travis Cook and his organization. I know what you did to my partner. And brother, I'm here today to take care of business. I'm here to challenge Chris Hargis or either Ken Casa. It doesn't matter which one you send me, because I got one thing on my mind, and that's to take care of business, because we are the Southern Illinois Championship Tag Team Champions. And we're here to defend our title against anybody at any given time. So if you want to pick on one, you got to pick on me. Because today, Herb Simmons, I'm here to take care of business against Travis Cook and his organization.
Well, Gary, we know that Gil Rogers has some cracked ribs from his injury at the hands of the War Machine and Travis Cook and all of those folks. You seem to be a little more aggravated, a little more angsty than normal. Is this business as usual? Because you seem like you're out for maybe revenge for your injured partner.
I am. These guys, they went too far. They knew that I couldn't make it last night. Herb Simmons knew I couldn't make it last night because I had a prior commitment. So guess what, boys? I'm here today. People take advantage of the weak, but together in numbers, myself and the fans right here, we stand together. And ladies and gentlemen, without a shadow of a doubt, today I will get my revenge against Travis Cook and his organization. And once my partner is 100% healthy, we're going to come back and take care of business where we left off at. We're going to start with Travis Cook. Then after that, we're going to do something to the professionals. We're going to take care of business like we take care of business. We're going to defend those titles against anybody that Herb Simmons brings us to this building. Because we play by 3 rules. Rule number 1 is we coming out to win. Rule number 2 is we refuse to lose. Rule number 3, we will do our best to beat any tag team. And rule number 4 is the most important rule of them all. If you know it, fans, say it with me. Don't forget the rules. Last but not least, it's just a matter of time before Herb Simmons make it happen. Because I'm here to take care of business. Travis Cook, I hope you're here to take care of business too, because I'm not leaving today until I get a match with somebody, and you can take that to the bank. All aboard the Night Train.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. The Night Train, Gary Jackson, laying out an open challenge for the Travis Cook organization. How will they respond? Stay tuned. We'll find out just a little bit.
Finally, after a year, we're back. And we're looking at the largest travesty of justice that there is. The professionals have yet, in 1 year's time, to get their tag title rematch against Gary Jackson and Gil Rogers. And a match they shouldn't have won. A match that should have been thrown out. When Gary Jackson costed me to go over that top rope, The match should have been thrown out and we should still be your tag champs. And then we go through a pandemic and nothing happens. The titles don't get stripped and we still yet to get a rematch. And it's a good thing that I'm the only one that's here right now. It's a good thing that I've talked my tag partner into not showing up quite yet. Because he's so mad and he's so incensed of what's going on that I told him it's best to go to the gym and take his anger and frustration out there. Let him destroy equipment. Let him break weights. Just don't come here and break things. So tonight, we got a match that we've demanded from Herb Simmons. Tonight, we're going to show you exactly what happens when the professionals don't get what they want. And speaking of the professionals getting what they want, I'm not saying that Gil Rogers can go around doing as he pleases, but I do have to give a friendly reminder to the Travis Cook organization that they have to wait until the professionals are done and they can have what's left of the former tag team champions. Because I can promise you one thing, this isn't going to end until the professionals are once again your SICW tag team champions. Your first ever and your first ever two-time SICW tag team champions. Then, Mr. Cook, do as you please.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a tag team matchup set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. From Dogtown, we are looking at the professionals of Mauler McDarby and Sean Santel at a combined weight of 475 pounds. They'll be taking on two newcomers to SICW at a combined weight of 510 pounds. From Carbondale, Illinois, it is David Lee Walker. And his tag team partner from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, it is Peyton Ayers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this should be an amazing matchup here. First of all, for those of you who don't know the professionals, they are one of the most well-oiled machines in all of tag team wrestling. I like to think they're one of the best tag teams anywhere in the business. They have years and years of cohesivity. Their tag team expertise is second to none. But they're dealing with two unknowns here, and you're looking at David Lee Walker in the camouflage pants. That's a tough-looking son of a gun. And his partner, Peyton Ayers, that is a big boy in the corner, Herb.
Well, I'm telling you, and speaking of the professionals, you know, it's worth mentioning they were the first holders of the SICW titles for many, many years. And, of course, you know, they've lost them, but they're on the hunt to regain them titles.
Well, that's a great point you make there, because of the pandemic that we've just gone through, the professionals never got their automatic rematch with Gary Jackson and Gil Rogers, and now they can't shut up about it. That's all they've been running their mouths about. They never got their entitled rematch. They think they would have gotten the belts back with one try. I don't know about that, but I can't wait to see that rematch if it happens.
Oh, without a doubt, and you know it will down the road, because the professionals they take no prisoners. They're ready to come out, and they got their hands full here tonight with these two newcomers to SICW.
Look at Peyton Ayers. Got an arm lock on Sean Santel. And even though Santel might be a bit of a shorter individual, he's got a lot of power. So I was going to say Peyton Ayers might have a strength advantage, but I'm not so sure about that.
Whoa.
Oh, Mauler McDarby telegraphed that back body drop. Peyton Ayers, but just a 1.5 count there. Oh, McDarby right to the eyes. Well, you want to cut off somebody bigger than you, I guess that's how you do it.
A quick tag made, and now double teaming the professionals.
Look at that. Double headbutts to the back. That's what we talk about the tag team expertise of these two. They know what each other's thinking without even speaking.
Well, you know, I've said for a long time, Drew, that I believe the professionals have probably been the true legitimate tag team in the Midwest. Of course, now when you look at the Gil Rogers and Gary Jacksons, I mean, the champions now. And we heard the comments from the Night Train Gary Jackson. Have you ever seen him fired up like he was?
Oh, man. Well, I think he feels like Travis Cook waited until Gary was out of town, wasn't here, to attack his tag team partner. It's a cheap shot. Gary Jackson's used to those sort of shenanigans from Travis Cook, and now he's here to right some wrongs.
Yep, and Travis Cook taking advantage anytime he can, of course.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
How's that for a double team maneuver? Sean
a maneuver.
Santel putting McDarby on his shoulders for adding an extra 230 or so pounds to that knee drop. My God, I've never seen that before.
Never saw that before. Now they got him in that corner. Tags made and still double teaming him.
Oh, man, look at this. Just tag team expertise. They know what they're doing 2 or 3 steps ahead of when we see it.
You talk about a well-oiled machine. The professionals are really fired up today on this episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling.
This is their patented finishing maneuver. This might do it. Oh, looks like the shoulder might have gotten up there. Oh, nope, that's the 3. Ladies and gentlemen, they did it. The professionals nailing that double team maneuver for the 3, and they're showing right now why they were the first ever SICW Tag Team Champions. The professionals victorious today on All-Star Wrestling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to bring out to the podium Curtis Wild and Kowalski. Mr. Wild, welcome to SICW All-Star Wrestling. Of course, you're fresh off of a big victory July 24th over, help me out.
What, I have to help you out?
Richard.
You're supposed to be a professional. Do you not know that I took out Richard Shaw?
Well, Richard made a good showing of himself.
At the live taping, or at the live event, it was me and Richard Shaw. It only took me about 5 minutes. And Richard Shaw stepped on through to the wild side, and like so many others, he fell because he was the prey and I was the predator.
Well, I have to ask about the man behind you. You were victorious on the 24th. However, Kowalski suffered a pinfall loss to our very own Belleville's own Bobby D.
No, what? We don't want to hear that. We don't need to hear any cheering for Bobby D. Listen, fact is, this man is not called Troll anymore, so I don't want to hear any of that talk. This is my personal security system. This is my Milwaukee man wall. And the fact is, I don't know how I can do this with these people over here. With these people over here, jaw-jacking, bumping their gums, talking their smack, they need to understand that when Curtis Wild is here, so is the spotlight. They need to understand that Curtis Wild is the Lion of the Lou, the Wolf of West County, the Spark of Forest Park. I'm a champion everywhere I go. And
Now, I figure you're used to hearing this. This is normal noise for you when you're out here.
I don't appreciate the interruption. I don't appreciate the disrespect from these fans. When I speak, they should listen. Listen, if they keep it up, it's going to get crazy in here. It's going to get a little wild. I'm telling you right now. Because I don't need this. I don't need them. The fact is, I only need a camera. I only need somewhere to do what I do best, and that is be the greatest entertainer this area has ever seen.
Well, now that we're back in full force, you're obviously 1-0 so far in SICW, but I have to ask, you're here, Kowalski is here, but there's something missing. Where is your number 1 Ginger? Where's Wildfire?
That's absolutely none of your business. It's none of their business, and I don't appreciate you asking personal questions, Drew.
She's your valet.
Listen, this man is going to do what he does best, which is break people if you keep asking questions that you shouldn't be asking. because when it comes to what Curtis Wilde is doing, that's none of your business. The only time that you're going to see and going to know what Curtis Wilde is doing is when I want you to. So the fact is, this man may have gotten screwed. Bobby D may have gotten really lucky. It was like he won the lottery. It was like the stars aligned.
I'd say there was more skill than luck, Curtis.
There is no skill that can take on the Milwaukee Manwalk. No skill is ever going to match brute power, devastation on two legs. Do you understand that this man is 440 pounds? He's 6'5", and he is my personal security system. So Bobby D, you got lucky, kid, but your luck is gonna run out when we get wild. But you know what? It really bothers me that you even brought up Wildfire.
She's your valet.
I don't appreciate them. I don't appreciate you. What kind of show are you running? What kind of show are you running? Huh? You want to talk about my personal life?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we touched a nerve with the volatile Curtis Wilde. Looks like that's all we're going to get out of them for now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, recently Attila Khan was down in Tennessee in one-on-one action. We're going to go to that clip right now to show you Attila Khan in Tennessee.
Championship, it has been a wild, wild day.
That is an absolute understatement, AC.
And it's going to get wilder because now we've got Attila Khan with his manager, Travis Cook. Or
Travis Crook.
Yeah, Travis Cook. Oh, look out. Taking on Sean Vincent. And
Sean almost had a win over Attila Khan.
And a quick hip toss and cover.
Oh,
Well,
I thought we almost had three there.
Sean's a newcomer here to USA Championship Wrestling, but he's not a newcomer to Attila Khan. Sean works up to Herb and Herb's promotion up in East St. Louis up there. We are proud to have affiliates and support those affiliates. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling from East St. Louis. That is the home promotion for our commissioner, Herb Simmons. And of course,
SICW, baby, they've got great stuff going on there, and Attila Khan is definitely one of the tippy-top guys at SICW.
well, and Sean Vincent, he wrestles up there, and he's made his way down here to try to combat Attila Khan, and Khan just showing his power. And Travis Cook, this guy, I've often wondered who's worse, him or Lucky P. Larson.
And that's a tough battle right there.
That could be a poll on Twitter.
You know, my love for satin jackets is well known, and Travis is the only man I think that can make a satin jacket look warm. Big fall in the middle.
Right on the logo.
That logo takes a beating, like you said.
And now Attila Khan driving that knee right to the shoulder and head, right that side of the neck. And that'll crack a vertebrae or two.
You know, I think
Eyes on that guy.
I think the rule committee needs to look in on those spikes on the toe, the loaded boots of Attila Khan, because I don't know if those are regulation. If they're regulated, and if there's anybody that will take a shortcut, it's Travis. It's Travis the Cook,
Yes.
and Attila Khan.
And
see, there you go.
right on cue. You talk about it, and he jumps right in there.
Showing his great martial arts skills. Did you see that?
With that punch right to the face. And Attila Khan with that headbutt.
The only form of martial arts that Travis Cook is good at is the Chinese buffet. I'm just going to tell you that.
Yeah, good point. And
he trained under General South, from what I hear.
well, he's a little rotund, to put it mildly. And Attila Khan taking a shot with that shoulder.
I've been
from Sean Vincent. Look at Sean Vincent.
I've been impressed with Sean Vincent.
Sean
thus
Vincent
far.
looks like he was trying a suplex from the outside in and had it reversed. Attila Khan dropping him right in the middle of the ring with that suplex. Well, you have to watch Attila Khan. That spike that he uses is absolutely lethal.
It is devastating.
And if he can hook it in, it's lights out. Oh,
Power slam.
huge power slam. But now pulls the man up. And look out.
There he's got it locked in.
He's locked in the Cobra Clutch. And there's your tap out from Sean Vincent. But now,
Insult to injury. See, this is uncalled for. This is the type of behavior that Travis Cook and Attila Khan are known for. This is absolutely horrible.
Travis Cook encouraging it, but the referee not able to
We're going to get
break
some
the
help
hold.
out here.
Well, we got a couple more referees out to get Attila Khan off of Sean Vincent. And this is absolutely uncalled for. And now Travis Cook with a boot to the back.
Travis Cook.
Our commissioner,
Travis
Herb
Cook.
Simmons.
Get out of the ring. Referees, get him out of the ring. Yeah, come on down here. Come on down here. You guys keep that goon up there. Travis Cook, you have been running roughshod all over the Midwest, and you think you're going to come down here once again to these fine fans of USA Championship Wrestling. That's not going to happen. You see what happened back up at SICW, and you now are not going to come down here and do this in Jackson, Tennessee, or wherever in Tennessee. You know that, right?
I'm not going to come down here and do this. Attila Khan is not going to come down here and do this. Oh,
You heard me say that.
you are mistaken because you, Herb Simmons, do not have the physical ability to stop Attila Khan or Travis Cook from anything we want to do. And more importantly, you cannot find a wrestler in Tennessee. You cannot find a wrestler anywhere in America who can stop him from doing whatever he wants to do. So I'm begging you, Herb Simmons, I'm begging you. If you think there's an American wrestler somewhere who doesn't sit on their couch and collect a paycheck and has a little bit of guts, come find him. We'd love to see him. We'd love to meet him because you know what? Until you can find someone to stop us, we will do whatever we want. Oh, you're right.
Two things. Watch what you ask for, and the one thing I can do is cut your mic off.
Well,
Well said, Herb Simmons.
and put Travis Cook in his place.
It's Travis Cook, King Christopher Hargis, the Iron Man Ken Casa, and the War Machine are here.
It's great to be surrounded by the four most wonderful men in professional wrestling, isn't it? You are surrounded by greatness right now. Now, Drew, I want to ask you something, because you evidently have a couple of brain cells to rub together. When did it become okay to ignore a contract? When did it become okay to ignore a court injunction? When did it become okay to ignore legal documentation? Everybody knows that I, myself, defeated Flash Flanagan by myself in a loser leave town match and ran him out of here. And all of a sudden, Herb Simmons a couple of weeks ago says, no, we're going to tear up the contract. We're going to bring him back in August. Well, I'll have you know right now, I am in the process of seeking the, shut up, you rednecks. I am in the process right now of seeking the best legal counsel I can find, and this is not going to stand. Flash Flanagan isn't going to be seen here or anywhere else. Now, another little incident happened that you referred to a little bit earlier on. A guy named Gil Rogers slipped on a banana peel, and he met the heart punch. He met the War Machine, and Gil Rogers has a cracked rib now. Is that right?
I don't think he slipped on a banana peel so much as was gang jumped by you guys.
Well, he's gone. He's not here. And I heard Gary Jackson out here a little while ago crying the blues, singing a sad song. Oh, they hurt my partner. Oh, they beat him up. Oh, I want somebody in the Travis Cook organization. You don't want nothing, Gary Jackson, but you just let your mouth override your rear end, my man.
Now, Travis, this was a fired up Gary Jackson. He's out for, he is.
Fired
Well, you don't want an angry Gary Jackson.
I don't care if he's angry. I don't care if he's sad. I don't care if he's melancholy. He done made the challenge, and my man, we're going to accept it. Next week, here on this program, Gary Jackson, since you wanted it, you got it. Iron Man Ken Casa is going to eat your lunch. And Flash Flanagan, if you step 1 foot in this building anytime going forward, I'm going to own this place. I'm going to put Herb Simmons out of business because the law is on my side, the legal documentation is on my side, and as always, right is on my side.
Travis, now, come on, you're the one who more often than not breaks contracts and causes these sort of issues. You're the one that makes Herb go to the lengths that he has to go to.
No, my word is good. I fulfill every contract I sign. That's more than I can say for Herb Simmons. But Herb, I got an attorney that you're going to hear from very soon. I'd lawyer up if I were you.
Well, that's the Travis Cook organization, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what attorney he's referring to, but that doesn't sound good at all. And Herb, I don't envy your position, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. It sounds like that's going to be our main event match for next week's All-Star Wrestling is the Night Train Gary Jackson looking for revenge against the Iron Man Ken Casa. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event on SICW All-Star Wrestling. It's the team of Curtis Wilde coming from the Wild Side and his partner Kowalski from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 450 pounds. They're taking on the team of Sean Vincent and Jason Breed, 465 pounds. Sean Vincent coming from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Jason Breed from right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Referee Denny Thomas making sure these competitors are cleared. Little bit of pre-match strategy on the side of Curtis Wilde and Kowalski. And our match is underway. Now, folks, what you're seeing here is a continuation of one of the longest, most heated feuds in the history of SICW. The animosity between your Canadian hero, Sean Vincent, and volatile Curtis Wilde goes back many, many years. And now we're seeing that spill into this tag team match.
Well, Dr. Drew, and I think you touched the nerve with Curtis Wilde. He stormed off. You made him mad.
I just wanted to know where Wildfire was. Usually she's right in tow to cause trouble, and she's noticeably absent here today. So,
well, he better be worried about Jason Breed and the Canadian hero and the ambassador of SICW, Sean Vincent. You know, I'm a little worried about that 440-pound monster, Kowalski.
Well, Kowalski's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He's still mad about that loss to Bobby D. He says it's a fluke. I don't know about that. We saw it. The fans saw it. Bobby D picked up a victory, 1-2-3 over that bigger man.
Yes, he did. And Jason Breed now working on that arm of the Wild One. And I think the tag was made in from behind. Kowalski with that big forearm. Well, wait a minute. No, there was no tag. Referee.
Great job by our referees here.
Great job. That's what we want.
And it looks like that backfired on Curtis Wilde with Jason picking up the advantage here.
Well, you know,
getting the momentum going in his favor.
Well, Dr. Drew, that's what we're doing here at SICW. We're bringing back some old school wrestling, and the referees are going to take charge of these matches. And, you know, the old saying where they can't see everything, Denny just did there.
Absolutely right. Every man in this match has a little bit of different motivation. Of course, we have a big tournament coming up August the 21st for the SICW Classic Championship. Curtis Wilde is trying to get the momentum going in his favor because he wants in that tournament as a former Classic champion himself. Kowalski is looking to prove that his loss was a fluke. I can't tell you the last time Kowalski suffered a clean pinfall loss to anyone.
Well, now the tag is made, and there comes the monster. Right in the corner.
Oh, just crushing Sean Vincent. Oh, man, and an inverted DDT. Good save by Jason Breed. Jason Breed is a man also trying to reinvent himself. He's gone by several monikers in recent history. Some may know him as Jason Chaos. He goes back 20 years, known as D-Mon G here in the St. Louis area, but he's got a new attitude. There's a little bit more aggression behind him, and now he's known as Jason Breed, and he's looking to make a new first impression.
Well, I'm not sure what Curtis Wild is doing out here on the floor. He's supposed to be over in his corner. Referee on his job catches him. And now Jason Breed coming here out to the floor.
Yeah, chase Curtis Wild back into his corner.
Well, there you see the 440-pound Kowalski working on the Canadian Sean Vincent.
Look at that. That'll tear your biceps. That'll rip your shoulders, your pectoral muscles. And imagine having 450 pounds pulling back on you.
Oh, kick to
There
the
you
midsection. Now firing him up, comes off of the rope. Oh, but he stops him.
Oh, Kowalski, just a brick wall.
Now blatantly just steps on the windpipe of Sean Vincent.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get away with that for too long. And he's got to be careful. People forget that many years ago, once upon a time, Sean Vincent was as nefarious a rule breaker as anyone, but he left that behind. He's been a fan favorite for so long, but he knows how to fight back against these sort of tactics when it comes down to it.
Sean Vincent in the corner now. And now it's Kowalski, grabs him by the legs, going to bring him out the hard way.
Oh. But in this case, Sean Vincent is giving up half a human being to Kowalski.
Oh, this could be it. One, no,
Oh, look
only
at that.
good,
No.
one count.
That's a cocky pin. You're not going to get a pin sloppily like that.
No, not
Oh,
an
look at
SICW.
this.
Oh, that's
He
not.
transitions right into a bow and arrow. I tell you what, that's not something I would expect from the likes of someone like Kowalski.
But you know, that's a hold that was made famous years ago by John Paul Henning.
Yes, sir.
When he was showed on Wrestling at the Chase. And right now,
Look at that. Oh, taking it, let go of that leg just to rain punches down into the midsection. Well, I think they were trying to do some shenanigans with that tag there, but Denny Thomas caught him.
now throws him into that corner.
Sean Vincent's in no man's land, stuck in between a rock and a hard place. He needs to do everything he can to get back to his corner, as you see, and make that tag. Can he do it? Oh, he gets it.
Tag
Curtis
is
Wild
made.
wasn't fast enough. There he is. Jason Breed is a man on fire. Right hands. Kicks to the midsection to Kowalski. More right hands. Whoa. Oh! Heck of a leaping lariat by Jason Breed to Kowalski. Look at that. You see Kowalski shaking out the cobwebs. That's Curtis Wild trying to get things swinging back in favor of his team. There you go. You have to stay the fresh man. Quick tags means, oh, look at that, a double drop toe hold to Curtis Wild, followed by double elbow drops. Very well done. That's some Rock and Roll Express type tactics right there.
A 2 count. Sean Vincent back in there now, working on the wild one. What a main event here on SICW All-Star Wrestling.
And even though Sean Vincent and Jason Breed are a new tag team here in SICW, these two men have known each other for over 20 years. So there's a lot of continuity here, even though they're a fresh tag team.
Now Curtis and Jason Breed tied up outside. Sean Vincent.
Oh, man. There's action all over the place. Oh, Kowalski with a huge slam to Sean Vincent.
Now, what's this? 444 pounds going up to the middle rope.
Curtis has Breed tied up on the outside. Kowalski nails the splash. Oh, rolling out of the ring. I guess he wasn't the legal man. Curtis, the legal man. And they got it. I can't believe it. Volatile Curtis Wild and Kowalski victorious here on All-Star Wrestling. Kowalski getting himself back in the win column, and Curtis Wilde proving that he's one of the best, as he says. You hate to say it. But today on All-Star Wrestling, the team of Curtis Wilde and Kowalski had enough to get the job done against Sean Vincent and Jason Breed.
Well, fans, that was your main event here on SICW All-Star Wrestling. And Drew, what an episode it's been.
Absolutely right, Herb. Herb, what an episode. We've made it through our very first, the inaugural episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling. The one and only, the popular Billy McNeil, victorious over Waco. We saw the professionals victorious in tag team action today, and as you just saw, the team of Curtis Wilde and Kowalski picking up a win over Sean Vincent and Jason Breed. What did you think of the first episode?
Great episode, great action, and all I can say is there's bigger and better things coming, because we're leading all the way up to August the 21st when Flash Flanagan makes his return to the East Grand Lake Community Center. But what an episode this was, and there's a lot more coming in the weeks to come.
Absolutely right. Next week on this show, we're going to announce the 8 participants in the Classic Title Tournament. And as you heard, next week's main event is set as the Night Train Gary Jackson will take on Travis Cook's Iron Man Ken Casa. That's going to be next week on SICW All-Star Wrestling. Fans, thanks for joining us on our first episode. We'll see you next week.
Herb, how exciting was that footage?
Oh man, great! I mean, we said it was going to get bigger and better right here at SICW All-Star Wrestling, and I think that's the proof that's in the pudding right there, and that's what it's going to be like over the months and years to come.
Definitely some great wrestling action you saw tonight. Don't forget to tune in with us every Sunday night for the SICW Sunday Night Update, and included in that will be SICW All-Star Wrestling. We will see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. for SICW All-Star Wrestling, Episode 2.